I brought food. I don't know. I just thought it seemed like a good idea.
It was a nice thing to do. I'm glad you did.
A lot of people said that. Oh, it's so nice when you drink Kool-Aid.
Where's that water during the smallpox?
Yeah, you know, it's
She brought you
blankets,
food, not smallpox.
blankets. It's so warm. Blankets. Put on the kids first. Take care.
So Jared?
It's called dysentery. That's what I brought.
Shake it down, love.
Dysentery.
It's the worst name you can call a flu.
Dysentery? The dysentery?
No, Shake Town Live. Worst name you can give.
Well, I like Johnny Flowers with his pickles. It's your house, dude.
Pickles?
Stop calling it Tickles Comedy Club.
Yeah, because he doesn't in his own garage.
Yeah. Don't trick people. You know how upsetting that is to go out and it's a house?
Tickles.
You've got great popsicles.
Johnny Walker? Johnny Walker, Johnny Flowers. Which Johnny Walker and Johnny Flowers they almost have like the same delivery.
You know, if he had Johnny Walker, pops,
Marsh, you're gonna have to squeeze
could be on this album.
Yeah,
Man, you're gonna need to squeeze
That's
over.
this whole two guess thing.
a little more.
You know, but squeeze over a little. Squeeze over. You good?
Maybe
Squeeze over.
Sir?
Talma's only got
But
a
I
lot
brought
of
the
diseases.
dysentery.
Look at that.
Do you want to all the food home?
Huh?
None of you
No.
can have it.
Just
He's
give
got
it
to
to
be
us.
here.
That's uncomfortable. We're supposed to get tight.
He'd also like to have food. Cook my food.
This is the executive section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the Johnny Carson
Yeah.
sheet. This is the end.
This is when he.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm
When
going to
Ed
Ed
wanted one of his friends on.
Don't worry.
Fine, but you all sit together, right? Leave me alone, I'm hitting my.
Well, I made my hair pretty.
That's right.
It was a different time. People have been talking about that a lot lately.
What?
Well, domestic violence. I've heard a lot about that recently, like just how domestic violence is so much more.
What about Jared? Jared?
Oh God.
Is Jared beating people up too?
What is he in trouble for?
Well,
Child porn.
Well, they don't have
Oh, really?
The worst,
No. But here's what his employee got arrested for having child porn. Okay, and used some of his charity's computers to do that. So then what they did was they raided his house. He's cooperating with. So we don't know if he did anything yet, but Subway's dropped him.
Well, they also.
My wife said it best though. They go, there's no way they're gonna do all this.
Right.
And the charity's gonna drop. And I looked at her and I went, "You're so right.
And I
There
read.
is no way that they would be arresting these son of a bitches if they weren't communist Jews."
And
Wait, what?
But they did.
Yeah, and somebody
You
who
know.
went to college with him was saying that Jared was the guy that always had porn that would sell people porn.
Jared is a porn addict.
Yes.
And he has a lot of like in college.
Is that why he got so
porn.
fat?
Yeah,
Like he was just at home watching porn. Because like everybody I know that watches a lot of porn. Active. I don't know if it's because they're not getting laid. Like it might be because it's porn. Like,
Would
you don't watch that.
People play a lot of Halo.
Yeah.
Anyone who's just sitting in a chair.
Maybe Jared's
Secretary
addicted to
gets
Halo.
like-
But you know, it's that's why I said that they ruined his career over possibilities.
A career.
How are we looking? Are we live yet?
Yeah.
We're live.
We're ready.
Sandwiches.
He talks to people about sandwiches.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Burger Podcast. We had no music. Amanda's still fucking yapping. I mean, over the goddamn introduction. It's like having a little kid. It's like where you tell him, like, be quiet. But I just want to know. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! No, but Daddy, I know I should shut up, but I just have to. That's why. Then okay, so now this is why you get hit. I mean, you know, I don't know if it has to go there always, but yeah. And so, okay, welcome to Hamburger Podcast, people. Johnny, are we in? Because last week it was no microphone sound, or 2
We're
weeks
in.
ago.
We got mics.
You positive? You checked it on the headphone?
Yes.
I gotta make sure this.
I know.
Is mine on?
Are
Is that
you?
my theme music?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's all delayed right there. It's all planned out. There was music.
No, there wasn't.
No.
Oh, god
We
damn
don't
it.
We're not that cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
We are set up with
So
the laptop
welcome to the
in-
worst start of any
in a
podcast
sofa.
ever.
This is
But we do have we have two great guests. We got Jennifer Jolly and Mr. Alex Marshy. Marshy or Marsh?
Marshy.
Marshy, I like that. Marsh could have been just man. Marshy's cool.
Yeah,
Do
like
you
your daddy
go by? Do you ever go by just Marshy?
That's my real name.
You gotta share the microphone with us.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, Marshy is my real name.
Okay, I like that. But I mean, do you ever just go by Marshy?
Oh yeah.
Marshy.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I like that.
Not bad, but only people who call me Alex regularly are my parents
Okay.
or authority figures.
He's like, I have this whole thing where I'm Marshy. We did a show one time, and this guy was I'm with Peanutty Crunch.
Oh yeah.
He's
Guy Peanut.
I'm Peanutty Crunch. But this first show ever was a show I did. And the guy mentioned like the hamburger podcast, you know, and it was like all that hamburger crap, and so it was funny. So the next time I saw him years later, he was I'm Peanutty. Okay.
But that wasn't his name, right?
No, his name originally was Peanutty Crunch. But I think his real name is like Reginald the 13th. No, I think
No, he just gave it
It's not his Christian name.
Yeah, not a porn name. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, okay, the stage names. Okay, I'm sorry.
Now, is Jolly, is that your actual last name?
That's tragically my
See,
real
no,
name.
No, I like
It's
that.
good.
I like that.
It's good now.
Miss
It wasn't
Jolly.
good growing up.
Really?
But like, did I tell you my mom's name is Dolly, and they're from India. They had an arranged marriage. Now her name is Dolly Jolly.
Your mom is Jolly.
No
Jolly?
shit.
That's true.
That's
That's
Are we on there, Johnny? Okay. Johnny always gets me nervous. Anytime I see the same
I want to
thing, I'm
hear
like,
that
Johnny
with an
fucked
Indian
something up.
accent, though.
The what?
I think that would be.
Oh,
Hers almost sounds like British, you know.
Yeah, well.
That's
okay.
what I'm imagining, because my mother's English.
Dolly
So.
Jolly, she doesn't sound
Yes.
like that, you know.
Dolly
Hey,
Jolly.
Starbucks might have poisoned my coffee. I don't know what it tastes for. Do you like yours?
Yeah. mine
Which
is
Starbucks
good.
you guys go to?
Did
The
you
one in
watch
Dallas.
it? Did
The
you
one in
watch it?
Dallas.
before?
No, you know what?
Yeah, right.
I was watching them, right?
Yes.
And then what did I have to do? I had to go get your fucking water.
But
which
I
you
was
haven't even drank.
watching. I was watching.
I did,
Sure,
I did.
and
Oh,
that-
see, okay. I had to get your fucking water, and I walked away from my coffee, and I didn't see it.
Should've-
I don't know if anyone else is like that. I have to see my food.
Have you noticed that the other taco trucks that you can't see everything?
Oh, I can't.
Wait, so you don't eat at restaurants either?
No, I do. But I have to see my thing
You
is
follow them into
mine's
the
real
kitchen?
selective, like this. If I'm looking in the kitchen and one of the cooks looks at me and they look at me like slight-eyed, or one of the waitresses gives me a look,
Yeah,
I
Johnny.
leave. Like we're done. I'm gone. I don't need to eat there.
I don't like
yeah.
to send food back because.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
it's
no, if I have to
impossible
send
to do
food
that.
back, I don't want it fixed.
Yeah.
I want it off the fucking check, and I will go eat somewhere else later after we all are done eating.
Yeah.
Do you request that? Do you ask?
Do I?
Take it off the
Oh
check?
hell
Is it
yeah!
awful?
Yeah, like I
Do you,
didn't.
you did and
No.
then say? Okay.
No, that was my sister.
I've seen people
She
do
was
that.
the champ.
Well,
of
we're-
the
People do that.
When we were
Oh.
in Vegas, you did a great job of us staying extra time at the shitty hotel we stayed at.
I did. We were at but let's say the guy hung.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was, but his name was, and he was the general manager.
He's the
whatever.
general manager
Yeah,
of the
great
hotel.
guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the hotel, but you know they have several
The D.
hotels. Yeah,
The D
And-
Dick.
but the guy was fantastic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we didn't have a smoking room like we requested. This was wrong, you know, these different things. So we just told the guy, like, you know, take care of the resort fee and let us stay till 6 because we went out with to Vegas
Mm-hmm.
and a while back, and you check out of your hotel at 11. Then you're in Vegas, which is either 107 or 7.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're stuck there for 9 hours till the show starts, just wandering
No,
around
yeah,
with your
nowhere to
luggage
go.
and shit. You know, because you're not gonna just sit in the car. You can't just constantly be in casinos, and so it's a nightmare. And so this time was wonderful.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and we went out there like real VIP.
Oh, it felt
We
good.
we had a private. They call it the bus.
Yeah. Private for
But
us, not
yeah,
if you were on.
Yeah, it dropped us off right in front. It was our own little tour bus.
Oh, yeah.
You know, along with the other passengers.
We had 3 of them on there.
Yeah, so it wasn't a lot. It was very exclusive.
Took us right to the venue.
Yeah, party bus in a sense, you know, but you can't really drink.
What was the venue?
Adrenaline. Yeah,
It's like a
and
punk rock bar.
yeah, Jack Slamming. I love Jack Slamming is one of the coolest people of all.
Great venue, great show.
Yeah, super good guy.
I got town mode during the show.
You did. I just want to coin that I came up with town
What's
mode.
your ass?
Yeah, I came up with the phrase town mode.
Well, just tell them me.
It's anything
Doesn't
where
mean
Talmo
shit
gets
face
drunk
drunk.
enough.
Oh,
Anything that happens when Talmo gets drunk enough for those things to happen.
where I get pretty drunk, but I control myself and I don't make stupid decisions.
Yeah.
I've done stupid decisions, made dumb ideas, whatever it is. But this I would never fall for, and I fell for, which was the bartender. She loved me. I did a whole. I opened up for you and did like what 14 minutes on eating ass.
They did.
And she.
He went up there and ate ass.
I did, and she loved it.
Yeah.
She did like it a
She
lot.
did. Yeah.
And she's laughing and she's telling me like, oh, you got to go to this bar or here. You're very natural, just the way you're on stage. And I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. And she's like, hey, I'm gonna get off in about like a half hour. You want to do some shots? And I was like, yeah, let's do some shots.
I was like, free shots. Fuck
and
yeah.
We did like 3 or 4 fireballs and then
They were drinking
a couple
party.
beers and we went dancing.
Love was in the
We were
air.
touching each other a lot. And then she's like, I'm drunk, I gotta go home.
Fails.
And then I was thinking like, all right, whatever, you know.
Fails like it was a bikini bar.
And then the other bartender just hands me the tab.
Bam.
So,
Are you serious?
yeah.
Bam. Welcome to the world of you just got TJ.
I got talent.
You got TJ.
Oh no,
I
you got
never-
played. That
Big
sucks.
time.
Do you mind if I ask how bad the bill was?
How much was it?
It wasn't bad. It's such a cheap bar. It was like $30 all in.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Still not that bad because I did already close out my tab and I already spent $30 worth of $2 beers.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Tom was down. Tom was down.
I was already
He passed out on the way home.
I was already shit faced when we were talking and I was doing more and more shots with her and dancing and then I got stuck with another bill. I'm like, God damn it. So yeah, I passed out. I don't remember the drive home that night at all.
But so many guys have that night. I have never had that night.
That was my first time having that night.
I've
Well, what
never had
kind
a
of night
night
you-
where I've ever woke up and went, oh my god, I spent that much. I got that girl those drinks. I was in Hollywood years ago, and I was with a buddy of mine, and he's hitting on this girl, and she goes, hey, will you buy me a drink? And he goes, oh
She
yeah.
asked.
Yeah. And he goes, oh yeah. And so he buys her a drink. Her friend looks at me and goes, hey, can you get me a drink? I go, bitch, go fuck yourself. Well, why would I get you a drink? I don't know you. I got kids.
Did
I'm
you
like, go die. What?
Did you say that, or
Yeah.
did you just say
And what did she
no?
No, I said, she's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I mean, I know I'm crude. I get it.
Yeah.
But my response was to an ignorant thing. Why would you turn to me like we know each other to the point where I'm going to buy you a
Well,
drink?
even the one who knows you shouldn't have asked.
Ever.
You should, if you want to offer.
She
that's
didn't
one
know us
thing.
either. Neither of them knew us.
She didn't know you
No, my
either?
friend was just trying to hit on her.
No, that's
Ah.
tactless, but she did it because it usually works.
It worked.
And that's why I'm very blunt about it, because one, I'm offended you think I'm that ignorant dude. That you think I'm that, you think, first of all, that's why I try to explain to people. One of the funniest heckle shutdowns I ever did was to these two girls who kept talking at the comedy store. They were really good looking, but and they kept talking through the comic sets, and I went up and I go, oh, look at you guys, you just talking. I go, but you're hot. You can. I go, you get to do that. And they're like, yeah. I go, but let me tell you something. You know what you are? Is you're $20 fucking in TJ. And that girl's just as hot, but she shuts the fuck up. I go, please know that. Now I can go down to TJ with any money I could possibly get my hands on, sell everything I got, and I can never buy my wife because they don't have her down there. She's priceless. You are $20 fucking. I go, so know that. That's what your looks mean, though. But that's what women don't get. Your looks don't mean shit. It's who you are inside.
Yeah.
And then you gotta be good looking. But that,
Right. But the women act like that because of the male response to their
Yes.
attractiveness. So it's not really that's like learned behavior.
They're taught
Yeah.
that they can do that.
If they weren't just handed everything
Yeah.
for being attractive, they
Imagine-
wouldn't have that in the world.
Imagine you could go to a bar, or no, just imagine you could walk around and be like, hi, could I have $10? Instead of working for it?
Mhm.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't you end up doing that sometimes?
But here's the thing. Women are just as easily made to buy men's stuff.
Yeah.
How
And
did you
it
happen
works.
to know this, Dave?
Well, I've had
I've had
growing
several
up,
girlfriends.
I've had
spend a lot of
I
time.
had a girl take me to Amsterdam, I had a girl take me to Hawaii, I've had
Yeah, take
I
care
had
of
a girl buy me a motorcycle.
That's
Different things. And but my thing was like with every one of them, I would tell them, look, you shouldn't buy me shit. Like, I don't want it. I don't need nothing from you. My thing was, look, you do your shit, I'll do mine.
Yeah.
I'm not into using nobody, and don't try and use me.
Yeah.
We could just
Burger is
hang
proud
out.
that he's a pretty girl, but he doesn't. He knows that he doesn't deserve all the things that he gets as a pretty girl.
Good.
Are they shit?
That's actually
But
makes
I
a lot of
think
sense.
I think it works both ways. That some who was it that just said, with some big studio head, Eisner said that
Oh, there's no more fun.
you
It's
can't,
hard
yeah,
fun.
it's really,
Yeah.
it's next to impossible to find like a really hot, funny girl. But yeah, it's also really impossible to find a hot, funny guy. That's
Right?
That's not where comedy lives.
Right, in
You're
general.
forced to have a personality, and you're forced
Well, you
to
still have
go through
Goldie
things,
Hawn
and
also.
like that's how you become funny. Like if you just have everything handed to you, you're not gonna be a funny person. Like,
I
you know.
Well,
have
and
that though, but most female comedians I've seen, and I go out to comedy clubs every night, most of them are hot. Like, most of them.
Well, do
And
you-
that's
but-
because guys are the
breaks
bookers,
my
and they're
heart.
more likely to book attractive people.
well, and
than
also, I'm gonna ask this, Alex Marsh. Where's your bar?
Oh, my show?
Your bar set at? Where's your bar set at and where it starts? Because see, Talma will look over and go, hey, that girl's hot, and I look over and I go, oh. And no. Again, don't get me wrong.
I
Again,
have like 5
I'm
fireball
not.
shots.
Yeah,
And
I'm not Brad Pitt or
Hedgehog
Tony. I always
looks a
say,
little different.
I'm
Your
never
goggles.
sitting around. I'm not sitting around with male models going, oh, these women are annoying. I get who I am. My thing is though, I'm not. I just think like beauty is from within, but too many women who are not aesthetically based on society beautiful feel they are. Because like, okay, you're wearing these certain clothes that are just ridiculous, but you're doing poses on there's a female, I won't mention her name, but she's like gotta be about 240,
Okay.
and she wears the most slinky shit you've ever seen, and she poses in it in a sexy way, and that's all fine. Be proud of yourself. Don't act like guys are on you though. And I hear her all the time, like guys are always trying to fuck me. Guys are always trying to fuck
No,
me.
but here's the thing. Even the most unattractive woman you see, like, turns down at least 10 dicks a day. Like,
Yes, but they're the ugliest, most
no,
future
but I'm
dicks
saying,
you can
but
find.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
but every woman.
Yeah.
Every woman is constantly just saying no to sex.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not they're attractive or not, I think a lot of guys don't get that.
No, I do.
You're not all that. It's like,
No, I get that, but it's like keeping in mind. I guess it's like this.
At the same time, I think what you're trying to say is like naked is going to turn heads, whether it's good looking or bad looking or whatever, because it's naked, and people are going to go, oh wow, like 3 tits will get the same attention as saggy, like
Don't
good
fool
tits.
yourself.
Or,
Yeah,
like,
don't fool yourself.
like, oh wow,
Yeah.
there's 3 tits. They're sagging and ugly, but wow, 3 tits.
Don't think the men are doing this because you're attractive. You're just better than the fleshlight they have at home.
Well,
flashlight.
I mean, that's, but like women don't get that. Men have a flashlight they fuck. They fuck a flashlight.
Yeah.
Do you really think you're hot that man tried to fuck you? It was you or metal. I mean,
No, people
Actually,
believe what they
silicon
need
rubber.
to believe.
yeah,
it's-
what?
People believe what they need to believe. So if they need to feel that way, that's how.
Yeah.
That's the
And
thing.
it generally is skewed the other way though. Like they did a study where, behind the mirror when scientists are watching, they're asking women like
Awesome.
rate yourself 1 to 10, and all the women rated themselves about 2
Mm-hmm.
points lower than what the men rated them, and every man rated themselves 2 points higher than what the woman rated them. So in general, men tend to think they're more attractive than they are than women. Women are usually
Totally
like,
me.
No, you know
that's
what?
a scientific
No,
study.
you
I
know,
like
no.
you.
You know what?
No, we
I
live in
agree with
LA,
that.
yeah.
I agree with
But
that.
we're in LA where it's like the
But the men are even here.
We've as women, we've
Even
also been
here.
trained to lower our
But
standards.
no, you know what
a lot.
it is? You know what it is? Mad Men and movies like that, TV shows like that and stuff like that, it tells us that, like, okay, see, this is the thing is, like, where certain guys, like Bruce Willis, to go because I'm old, was attractive with his receding hairline
No, yeah.
and everything else, when his beautiful suits, his perfect suits, his tailored face and everything with the makeup. Now, the schlub with the receding hairline, who looks just like Bruce Willis, but nowhere near the money or the makeup people, looks like a schlub. But Bruce Willis is sexy because they've made him look sexy. So these men do so much, including toupees and extends and everything else they can get their hands on, to make themselves more than they are. And you're right, and they think they are. They're like, yeah, chick, dig me, and it's like, oh, and I give them the same look.
Do you think they really think that, or that's how they want to have people perceive it? They think that?
I don't know, because I never think.
Because confidence is supposed to be the thing that's most attractive.
Yeah, but the confidence, when you put so much money to build a confidence, then you see how
The confidence in the game.
how insecure they
well,
are.
and the way to test that is to see how quickly you can take it away. Because if you
I
say
like her.
one little thing to those guys, they
What
go
do you
like
say to
super.
them, by the way? I feel like you might have said some
Well, when
awful
you like
things.
some Jersey Shore guy, right, who thinks he's amazing and is hitting on you, and it's just like, oh my god, you are just hopelessly outmatched, just like
Do
intellectually.
you say that?
Like,
Yeah,
get away from
what
me.
have you
Like,
said to these men?
no, just like on the
Right,
instead, or I'm
yeah.
saying
The
somewhere,
cups.
and then they think like you're full of yourself, but really, in a way, you're thinking like we're just not gonna work out, like we're
You just know
operating
you're not
on
on
two.
par.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
you know.
funniest thing. The funniest mean thing you said to, not mean necessarily, but I'm not going to fuck you response to a guy who's coming on to you. Because I'm sure, like you were just saying, so many have.
What is this?
So when have you had to say something?
There have been some
Try
really
that.
like Middle Eastern guys actually.
Interesting that you went with the race, but what did
Yeah,
you
no,
say?
because in general, like the way that group relates to women, the way they operate around women, like it's the least. I've had the most trouble in terms of being disrespected is with Middle Eastern dudes, and so
What did you
yeah,
say to
understand that.
yeah, and so yeah.
Well,
so
yeah, it's a
I-
weird mentality
yeah.
behind it, and see, I mean, I think that's my thing is, I'm not like I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I think inner beauty is what is beautiful, and I'm tired of this plastic society because if we're gonna be plastic, then let's keep it real.
Yeah.
And let's say we've decided what beautiful is.
Right.
So less than that isn't, and so that's fine. Just be who you are, though. But
Just don't lie to me.
be
No,
good
but
who
it's why
you
it's
are.
different in every country, though. It's why like
Yeah,
what a
sure.
standard of beauty is because we shape it.
Yeah,
We
it's so
shape
true.
it as society what we think is the standard of beauty.
Well, they always say that like back in the Renaissance, heavy women were considered beautiful, and I call bullshit. I call humongous bullshit. I
It
say
wasn't
the
overly
royalty.
heavy.
The royalty was chubby. The royalty was chubby, but the average people weren't, and I don't know that people really found them hot.
No,
I
it's
just think
a,
they
actually it's a
supported
sort
them.
of a sorry. It's a kind of a Darwinian thing to like
To eat.
big tits, wide hips.
Feeding
That's supposed
heavy
to be
women
because
are
that's
wealthy.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
what
and the
introduced
food.
the
Yeah.
fats.
But
And
that's
also, think about
No.
how hard it was
What
to get
Well, no, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I
So
mean.
if you just always had it served
So
to
they
you,
didn't
that's
think they were
attractive.
sexy. Well, they didn't
Oh,
think
that,
those
yeah.
women were sexy. They just thought were pinch they
They
could
thought
eat
the,
them.
the lifestyle
Yeah.
was sexy.
Well,
Now I think
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
they have
women
dinner.
like broad shoulders.
That's well, that's a
people
whole.
were tall.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking to her.
Well, the
So
whole
you know
thing.
you're
You're in a motherfucking podcast.
That's
Right.
The whole
So
thing
you're
is that
thinking,
where
you're
does
really
the fat cat come from? The wealthy
Yeah.
fat cats. That's where it comes from. So the guys and the women that are all fat and
They
bloated,
sit around doing
they
nothing.
shouldn't do nothing, but they're making all the money.
And nobody found them attractive.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. But in
Kennedy
history, it's brought up
Kennedy
like,
is
oh,
not
this was the beauty back then. No, those were the royalty, and that's what they painted. People weren't going down in the fucking peasants and going and painting them.
Yeah.
It was the royalty that got painted. So we think that they thought fat ass was beautiful,
Yeah.
but she wasn't. That they thought chubby was royal, but he wasn't. He was just a
Johnny's
inbred
jumping
retard.
in.
Well, you never fucked a fat girl.
I have.
I know, and it was fun, right?
No.
No?
No,
Oh, you were doing it wrong,
No,
man.
no, no.
never
What I'm
admits
saying
You're
is,
supposed to just like
doing it.
oil them up, like come 8 times because you just fuck every single
crevice.
or, like whatever.
yeah, I
it
would never
doesn't
do
matter.
that. I would
Like
never take.
you rub on, they're so soft and you know like
The whole body's
Yeah.
breast.
What's-
yeah,
what's
it's
the
like
weight,
one whole
Johnny?
titty.
What was
You
the
know?
weight?
I actually, you know what it was though? She had a beautiful face. And that does mean a lot to me. If someone has a really
Yeah.
beautiful face, and so, but here was the thing, is she kept calling me and telling me, like, and this is going 20 years or so back, she kept calling and telling me, like, how she's gonna suck my dick, so amazing, do all this stuff, right? And of course, you know, that's when you learn that anyone who says that is gonna be horrible. And it was horrible, you know, like she was really bad at it, and then she was kind of a bland, you know, but it was fine. I didn't care, you know, it was like, I don't know. I've never looked at abusing women sexually. I've never looked at conquest.
It's
Like-
not conquest.
Like,
it's
I
just
love
having a good
sex.
time.
Yeah, I love
like
sex and
having a
everything.
Mhm.
But,
Oh, can I smoke over there?
Oh, yeah.
Smoke
But-
weed or cigarettes?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, and yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't smoke weed.
You
I
never
gotta-
smoke
Yeah.
any.
We want
Yeah,
guys
no,
know
Yeah, we
weed
know.
is not allowed.
But,
That's illegal.
Just
Yeah.
medicated
Word.
marijuana.
This is
Unless you have a prescription.
This is
Yeah.
all Christian
right?
group here.
That's
We're
why
all- we don't believe
Well,
Mormon?
I did a show who they asked me who I wanted to see run for president, and I said Willie Nelson because I don't want to pay more taxes, or I don't want to pay any more taxes, and I want weed to be completely legal.
So,
You know, and like he would be the dude. And you know, but to get back is my thing is like this, like and to make it this way, I think all sex is emotional. And I think when people take emotion out of it, it's because they have issues and they have insecurities and sadness in their life, and they want it to not be emotional. Because I don't see how you could have sex with anybody consensually and not emotionally connect. Right down to if you're with a prostitute, whether it be like you're a woman with a man with a woman. Even if you're with a prostitute, there's still emotional connection because you're human beings.
Yeah.
She might be void because of the numbness.
But
No,
it can be. No, I don't.
No,
I
but
just I think no, absolutely. Come on, you can totally mentally just like emotionally disconnect.
I grew up around a lot of prostitutes.
If it's something that you know,
like my mom was a hooker.
Like if you're entering into it, you know that it's just that. That's
I completely believe. I mean,
Well, my mom was a call.
I'm a sex addict. I know I'm a sex addict.
Yeah, and I mean we're all fucked up, so
yeah.
There's no like
people.
oh, it's
Most
not
comics are fucked up.
but,
Musicians and comics, most artists are fucked up.
Well, wait, let's keep it real though.
Van Gogh.
A lot of artists are fucked up. A lot of artists are fucked up. And then a lot of rich kids act like those artists and get those gigs.
Dude, it's completely different.
Let's keep it bright.
Yeah,
The fucked up people end up on sunset.
They're all fucked up. Can we say they've had colorful?
Jolly's fucked up too.
No, I didn't say they're fucked up. You can say like you just had a really
Yeah.
interesting life.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just
Really
A
interesting.
real life, an interesting life
the-
that's colorful.
I
They are
agree with
rolled
that.
up, you
Well,
know.
I think
A
I'm
colorful life,
Yeah.
an interesting life.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference is really more if you want to see it as a positive thing or a negative thing, right? A colorful life doesn't sound bad. It's saying you're fucked up.
Sounds
Makes it
bad.
sound
No,
like
but
you're
I
fucked up.
just think like if you have an interesting life, you know, then you're more inclined to be an artist. Than
Yes.
someone who's
Well,
just-
what's the
you
difference
have
between
someone-
fucked up and interesting? Can't one? They're not mutually exclusive.
well, fucked up has like a negative connotation.
Well, then,
to it.
Yeah, but
It's really good.
one
In its word alone. But
Right.
what she's saying is that it's half full, half empty in the sense which has been solved because it depends whether the cup was filled or empty. But that aside, the half full, half empty thing in the sense that if you look at it as a fucked up life, then you're regretful. If you look at it as a colorful life, like I do look at my life as colorful, and like I mean, I found my father shot to death. My mom did prostituted. I don't talk to most of my family. My life was colorful and amazing. I've traveled. I've
No,
done all
dude,
this
that was
stuff,
fucked
you know.
up.
No, but I'm saying sometimes.
That part
That
was,
was
yeah.
the Game of Thrones fucked
Yeah.
up childhood.
So no, sometimes when you look at your life, when you look at your own history, say, well, that was fucked up, or that was interesting.
Well, now here's the
but
thing.
can't they be the same?
The interesting is this: I was working with a student, okay, who went through a huge tragedy, and I won't put it out there because I probably have students who watch this and they would know who. But a student went through a huge tragedy. Well, it was part of what I went through that allowed me to help that kid. But throughout my teaching career, I've helped students that a lot of people would never have been able to understand because of the tragedy of my life. So, in that sense, it's been a beneficial life, in that it's been a preparation to help others and
Yeah, you have empathy.
no sympathy, empathy
Empathy,
fully, and so it's allowed for me that. So so it's a beautiful thing in that sense. If I could go back and have a silver spoon's life, not the one where he goes on to be a drug addict and then comes back and does NYPD, but the one where it's actually the silver spoon's life where you have a train and you have a mansion, I would do it. Why not? You hit a train.
Yeah, train.
No, but
in the
it's like,
house.
okay, like I think of like a celebrity, like Gwyneth Paltrow, you know how she's always like eating the healthy food and but those kids are gonna be fucked up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're
Well,
not
they're gonna be
turn
fucked
out
up
to-
for
they're
sure.
not like they're gonna turn out to be
But
fucked
they're
up people.
how they're fucked up is that they're kind of like caged animals.
Sheltered,
So
yeah, with
so
a
the
hover
second
parent.
they leave, because that's the thing. That's why I believe my life became fucked up. Is that I actually lived a sheltered life.
Well, isn't Paltrow Han's daughter, right?
No, Bruce Paltrow.
Bruce Paltrow, like a producer, director. Oh, yeah.
The one who disowned him?
No, that's
Jolie.
no,
No,
that's
John Boyd.
no, that's Hudson.
Goldie Hawn.
Hudson.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kate Hudson, go on.
Kate Hudson.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
that's totally different. But after I was 21 and I started drinking, I just started doing my own thing. I lived a sheltered life. I did.
Yeah.
And so the second I got out of my own cage, things got wild, things got a little different. And that's why I believe that my life is a little more fucked up because I'm actually doing stuff where Does it make sense? I don't know how to explain that.
You were in a trapped kind of cubicle life.
I was living
and you
the
broke out
suburban
of it.
life.
Yeah.
I was controlled. I couldn't watch certain movies. I couldn't do this. I was living in the suburban life. You know, that's what I was doing. And so when I got let go, that's where my life got fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in. So I mean, I did some crazy shit.
I had a very structured life.
So your life is a little different.
Home, my mom would generally be drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, super structured.
So
Her husband was
I mean,
drunk,
everyone's lives are different. I mean, our brains function in a different way of how we evolve from our own, I guess.
Yeah, you would
brains.
think you would have turned out better.
I thought it would turn out better.
Right?
If you'd seen me when I was 18,
what?
I would.
What is better?
Oh, not this. No.
No, you don't want this right here.
Think of this, except
Which-
that.
Which let me state real quick
Like,
though,
what's better,
Tom was
like,
one of my favorite, absolutely favorite people.
I
He's one of the few true, real people in this world.
I actually had a legit job. I ran a bunch of restaurants. I had a girl I loved. I was gonna marry her. I had money, and all collapsed.
She got married.
So
And she got married.
money.
Wait,
She's
did
in
you,
Raleigh right
did
now.
you propose to her?
I was going to.
Yeah.
And she dumped me.
She proposed, they don't
Yeah.
When
stay
was this?
together.
How long
Yeah,
ago?
she proposed
About
instead.
about 6 years ago.
She proposed, they don't stay
How old were you
together.
then?
Huh?
She
How old were
proposed
you
to
then?
say goodbye
6 years ago. I'll be
forever.
33. So that's 27.
Don't act like I know your age.
So what I'm saying is that in the last 6 years I evolved into this person, and I've done a lot of shit in the last 6 years. I've done a lot of things. It's like things I wasn't doing when I was 27.
Well, how old are you?
Old enough.
You don't
Oh,
have
don't be
I
ashamed
don't
of your age.
Really?
I don't talk about me.
Really?
Oh,
I'm
my
over
God.
25. You can't ask
Oh,
anyone in
what?
LA.
We're all over 25.
No, but you can't ask a woman in Los Angeles.
No,
you know what?
alright, now we're
Like,
crossing
career
the gender shit.
stereotype.
But you
We're
know
in West Hollywood, not Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
but you know what? Let me say
Different
something.
city
I
limits.
agree with her because that's what I tell people too. I
Yeah.
always tell them I'm over 25,
Yeah.
and then I go, it's 20 years over it.
No, you
But still, I'm over it. And they go, oh,
But
so you're
it is
45? I say yes.
If you're much older, 25, shouldn't you be proud? I mean, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
If I was a doctor, I would be like bragging about my age, but because I work in the entertainment business.
Oh, yeah, I get
like,
a point. No, because on her Facebook and everything, because even mine says 10 years younger because casting people want to see it. I go in for things, like when I was doing, even on Weeds, they go, how old are you? Or they go, oh, you were born in 79. I go, no, the date on there was. But yes. And he laughed. He goes, that's great. And I go, I can't lie. It bothers me. To lie about it, lie about things. It really bothers me.
But you were saying, like, as a woman, like, no, you don't like to, you never ask a lady's age and that kind of thing. But that implies that guys don't matter that they're older.
Yes, it's a double standard,
Yeah, no,
unfortunately.
it
Right.
isn't. I mean, look at what Maggie Gyllenhaal just went
Yeah.
through. Like, oh, you're too old to be the love interest of like 60
Yeah,
year old.
Yeah.
Me and my dad will joke with each other about anything, like absolutely anything. As soon as I bring up that he's older than me, he's not old. He's like 55. Like he's not that old. He shuts down,
Okay.
Yeah.
and he can't even. He usually doesn't even come back with a joke. He's just like, "Fuck you."
Well, you know what? See, I don't get people who are upset. My mom would cry every year on her birthday. She'd get hammered, drunk, and cry, and end up in the bathroom throwing up on the floor.
It's such an
But it's because she was
arbitrary
so miserable about getting older. And to me, every year I age. But now I get your point because if you go on air and you're like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
this age,
it's career thing.
you just cut yourself out of certain roles.
No, I thought
Unfortunately,
age
in
is
this
like
business.
not like, oh, you're 25, like you
Yeah.
can't like that. We were looking for someone 21. It's like, wow, 25 is old.
No, yeah.
Bless.
MTV decides that 25.
Bless.
That's their cutoff for their reality.
And it's like,
Which
you
is
have
hilarious.
so much
That's
more
great,
life
that's great.
experience at 25 than you did
Yeah.
at
The thing
21.
is,
Yeah.
age is
Of
not
course.
a problem for me. Age is not a problem at all. I mean, I fucked a 60.
He's like Jared. He doesn't care.
He's
97?
just like Jared. I've always thought that about
Yeah.
Jared! Jared's a whole other issue.
Your penis desires and casting agents might be slightly different. I think that's what he was saying.
Penis is in casting agents. Casting agents are looking for money. My penis just wants to come. It's just two different things.
Exactly.
Okay,
Were we
fair.
comparing your?
Okay, no,
You know what I do want to
said,
talk
like,
about?
I fucked a 68.
You know what I want to talk about though,
Yeah,
because we have because this is the thing. Like, did you play sports growing up?
I did.
What did you play?
I was a tennis player.
Fantastic. Okay. The World Cup just happened.
Yes.
The women go USA. The women won. USA women won the World Cup, soccer World Cup. Amazing.
They're an amazing team. The whole cup was amazing to watch. It was better than the men's cup, any part of it. Now, here's the thing. They got $2 million from FIFA.
Probably drink this too.
$2 million for
That
winning.
was the one that was mine.
Huh? Well, she's
The men.
Guys.
Yeah, you guys are having a sidebar.
Sorry.
Please.
I'm just getting drunk in the
Listen,
corner here.
listen. The men get 10 million or 8 million.
No. They get like they get.
The men?
The men get like 20 million. Like, they
Well,
get a lot more.
the men who
Women
make it. No, just the USA team's men's team gets into the cup at all. They get about 10 million.
Yeah.
They get like 6 million or no, they get 1 point something million for nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Just being not making
it's women got 40% less money for winning than the men who lost
Get
in
for
the
losing.
men's World
And
Cup.
they weren't even on real
But
grass.
here's the thing, FIFA decides what the
Fuck
prize
yeah.
money is, and they base it on viewership and tickets and all that stuff. And over 1 billion people watched men's soccer, and a fraction of that watched women's.
Totally.
So what the issue is, we got to get the viewership up for women, and then they will get the equal pay.
Is it completely
But-
proportional to
But
the
now
demand?
here's how it.
Is it completely
It's about
proportional to the
40%
demand?
of viewership.
Well,
yeah.
but here's where the problem lies: is the men's USA team and those lower teams that are getting 10 million for making it to the cup,
Right.
not winning, making it. They're not creating the popularity that the women USA or whatever team won the World Cup creates in that particular sense. Meaning, like the women's team is going to be more followed and more participated in than the losing men's team. Nobody gives a shit about America's soccer team. There are a bunch of upper middle class little cunts that got on the team for the UCLA and all this crap.
Or you bought
And-
hoops solo.
What? No. I love the women's team.
Oh.
Like I love the women's team in that they have to struggle. They've got to make their way. They've got to figure out what to do in between all this because
Yeah.
they don't have a league even. But these men have a shitty professional league.
Right,
So
but
mediocrity.
they still have international viewership when they play international tournaments. Like for tennis.
Totally.
So here's the thing, like why I think it's a little bit different than what happened with tennis. I used to play professional tennis, and women got paid less than men for the longest time. And the argument was they play best out of 3 sets, and men play best out of 5 sets. So men should get more money. That was like the argument. But the thing is, more people watched women's tennis, and the women's
Really?
tennis tickets were the same price, so they were selling out events
Yeah.
for
Oh,
the
alright,
men.
remember
So
that.
that was the argument. It's like, no, we need to get equal pay because we're more popular than the
No,
men.
you should
And
have superior pay.
Yeah, finally, like all the tournaments, Wimbledon, US Open, they all did the right thing, and now women make equal pay.
Yeah.
You know, even though
Which it should
it's
be.
more popular.
No, if it's
Yeah.
more popular,
Yeah.
then they should make more money because there's more money to
Right.
There's more
Yeah,
people
right.
watching the Williams
Yeah.
sisters than
There's
any of
more
the men.
profit available.
Yeah.
The thing is,
They're bringing
they're
back
only getting paid
Agassi.
less because they'll still do it.
Yeah.
I just watched Agassi play someone in a match, or a Legends match,
Oh yeah.
and it was the saddest thing in the
The
world.
Legends matches do make
Oh,
me
it
sad.
was so sad.
The Legends
They
match.
could
Yeah,
barely
they're-
walk
Oh,
back
it's
and
so
forth.
sad to watch.
They could barely walk back and forth. They
Although a
were
lot of
so
people do
bad.
like watching like Roger Federer and Nadal, like those
Mhm.
guys are just amazing. I would say, he's one of the most famous athletes in the world, like Serena Williams.
But Agassi, I will say, truly made that sport, and
Made
McEnroe, but
Americans
Agassi
interested.
made everyone interested. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even
Close,
that,
Martian. Get
like,
close. What are you guys talking about?
Agassi, like, it's
Are we split this right?
Yeah.
Can we split?
Eastern.
Yeah.
They didn't want to. He was the American
They wanted to
guy.
show Italian.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
figure out, like,
Yeah.
throwing one on.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's really interesting.
How they play everything,
Yeah.
and it's all. Well, you know what it really comes down to is. We can hear you over there, Amanda. You whisper loud.
Leave Amanda alone.
Guys, stop. Okay. What are we talking about? The Legends
We're
match?
talking about.
Oh, so we're talking about
or
the sports,
equal pay
the equal pay.
or
and all that?
Equal
why,
sports
like,
than
the
equal-
feds
But
have
should
done
that
it.
always even be the case? Like you were saying, more money came in for
Yeah.
women's tennis. So women should make the female players who
You would
created
think
that.
but,
Yeah.
But
just
should make
getting-
more money.
Yeah,
No,
just
it's
getting
not
the
about-
equal pay was like a huge
But
thing.
my opinion on tennis, like between women and men, and this is that's what I see is that they're turning. It's more of a sexual note to it now with women because they're making it more of a sexy thing
Yes.
to watch.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Especially
It's so
because a lot of
true.
the dominant
Yeah.
players are these like Russian girls who are
Yeah.
attractive
I mean,
and
it's-
Hollywood.
And the way they grunt and they do their. I mean, nothing about. It's what they do. I
Well,
don't
you
care.
know what's funny though?
But that's how they advertise. it.
Wearing makeup on the court. That's
Makeup,
another thing.
yeah,
I
And
yeah.
never-
short little skirts.
What do you want makeup for?
Yeah,
You get in
no,
your eyes.
You can either wear short
Well, you're
skirts.
televised. You're
Short
televised.
skirts, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But why?
because I was sponsored by Nike and
Yeah,
I do this
and
stuff.
There
what
you
is
go.
expected,
It's a
yeah.
sex symbol.
Yeah, it's expected.
But it is, I have to say, it's easier to run in a skirt than it is in short, because there's nothing hidden.
What-
There's
what
no
about-
chafing.
Has
There's no
anything to-
chafing.
But
There's
bicycle
nothing
shorts
to
are
run
a
this
thing, right?
skirt.
Bicycle shorts.
Yeah, and in practice, that's what we wear.
Yeah, but you wear a skirt.
Well, it's like
So
when the volleyball players wear bikinis, two pieces.
Yeah.
What?
But there you go.
because
And
this
then
is
don't-
America.
Sex
Sex.
sells. Sex sells.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how
it's
sex
true.
sex
And also,
sells.
they wear makeup because if you're on camera and it, you know, it helps you your bank account if you look more
Yeah.
attractive. In terms of
But I'm saying with certain sports, because no one watches men's volleyball. No one's do. It's
No,
like,
give me $100,000 a year, I'll wear any makeup you want.
yeah.
I'll do anything.
But I'm saying
For $100,000 a year?
is
Yeah.
that
What the fuck do I care?
just $100,000?
Yeah, I
So you know what looks
I
better
can
on
take
the
it
men's
off
side
in
too.
front.
Yeah,
though.
I
like,
see.
like Michael Jordan,
I
part of the reason he still gets paid more since he's been retired than any athlete.
Well,
Like
yeah.
the deals is crazy, but a lot of it is because he was so attractive. You know, and Scottie Pippen was like key in all of those
Yeah,
games.
but he
he's
was
got
awkward.
But he's got
Yeah.
a face like a foot, so he didn't
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
any
yeah.
kind of-
So we can't deny superficiality. I mean, it's a thing that exists.
But
Otherwise,
It really-
wouldn't you want to be? I would
But
be
the
400 pounds and.
I think a lot of the superficialness comes from the less attractive. Like I think the Walmart world is what creates the superficial because they give merit to people's looks. They
But,
they
so
think
why
that they're
don't they
better
further
than them.
on?
John.
I don't know.
Sorry.
No, but why don't if they value that? If that's something they value, then why don't they work towards that?
Well, no, that's the thing is they value it because they can't attain it.
Oh, man.
That's the value they put in it. So now you're better than them because you can look how they want to, or you can act. Well, Paris Hilton was living everybody's life for them because they were scared to do what she does.
Mm-hmm.
So she lived it for them. So these people live through these people who are exciting or beautiful or this and that, and they give merit to they give them value.
No, I mean that
I don't
makes
think
sense.
she's exciting or beautiful.
Who we talking about?
But,
I'm sorry.
but at the same time, you're
I
happy.
think Hilton.
Paris Hilton is
an
not
asshole.
even news.
Yeah, because you know why though? Because you're confident, you're a strong person, you're intelligent. Why would you think she was good? She's a piece of shit.
But part of it is like not even her fault. Her parents
We're pieces
let
of
her
shit.
go to clubs
Yeah,
when she was
they were
10
doing
years old.
cocaine
It's like,
around
there's
her.
no other way
That's-
she could have turned
So
out.
they're
People
drugs
will
around
do
her.
her favors because who wouldn't want such a rich family on your side?
Who was the
And
one
you
Hilton who
certainly don't
was
want
treated like
to
shit? Francesca Hilton.
Yeah.
Francesca Hilton looked like a linebacker. She looked like a box. Did you
Poor-
ever see
poor
Francesca?
Francesca.
Johnny?
What's
She died.
Francesca?
First of all,
Yeah,
her
she
name
died.
is Francesca. That's like
Yeah.
right
She's
there.
passed away
extreme.
recently.
Yeah, she just passed away.
Yeah.
Nice enough. She was like, you know, but this fat like box of a person. So, but at the same time, she was the poor one. She didn't have money. She was cut off.
Oh, really?
But she was like a troll. She was Zsa Zsa's kid with Conrad or whatever. Hilton.
See, yeah, you cut them off. You cut off the other ones.
Yes, they
Yeah.
literally
They
they Kennedied her.
Yeah.
Like what Kennedy did with the retarded daughter. Like put her in a box, basically. You know
But
about that,
it's
right?
serious.
Yeah.
That's how rich
Who's the
families
boss?
work.
That's what they do.
Speak very
They cut them
It was a
off.
good box.
Anyone that is not good looking
Yeah.
or the one that is not
polished.
going, I guess their style,
Yeah.
the way they go, they cut them off. They don't want them.
The redheaded prince. He's treated second. What's the red?